A suspect is in custody following a serious incident in Gadsden.
The hottest week of the year coming up this week across East Alabama. We'll talk some high temperatures coming up. EAN Local News starts now.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by WM Grocery, located in Heflin, Wedowee, Roanoke, and in Piedmont.
Hello, we're glad you could join us. I'm Katie Edwards. Gadsden police have made an arrest in a homicide of a man whose body was found early Sunday morning about a block off Broad Street downtown. Officers say they have charged Crashad Wallace with murder. He's accused of killing Dakota Hallmark, who was found around 4:48 Sunday morning, shot to death in his car. That vehicle was discovered in a parking lot at the intersection of South 5th Street with Chestnut Street. Gadsden police are continuing their investigation, and they've asked for anyone with information about the shooting to call them at 256-549-4625. Two Georgia men are facing charges in Cherokee County following what Sheriff Jeff Shaver called a strange incident near the Indian Mountain ATV Park. Deputies say they received a report after a game camera captured one of the men trespassing on private property and exposing himself directly to the camera. The pair then tried to destroy the camera in an apparent effort to cover their tracks. After struggling with several malfunctioning firearms, the men eventually succeeded in firing one of their weapons and destroying the camera. However, the footage had already been secured despite their efforts to erase the evidence. The suspects were identified as Donald Robert Hubbard, 66, and Louis Dan Sherman, 52, both of Cedartown, Georgia. Further investigation revealed that both men have prior felonies that prohibit them from possessing a firearm. Cherokee County officials issued arrest warrants, and both men were taken into custody by the Polk County, Georgia Sheriff's Office before being brought back to Cherokee County. Sheriff Shaver thanked the Polk County Sheriff's Office and the Cedartown Police Department for their assistance in the case. Hubbard faces firearm charges along with criminal mischief and public lewdness. Sherman faces firearm and criminal mischief charges. A big-name company and the U.S. Army are teaming up. Find out what it could mean for this local city when we return.
Spring into freshness at WM. Celebrate the season with our bountiful selection of farm fresh produce. From juicy berries to crisp greens, taste the flavors of spring at WM. Visit us today and let the freshness bloom in every bite.
I'm Mary Beth from CARE's Direct Primary Care. Do you want convenient 24/7 access to health care? We are available in person, by text, phone, and video visit. Sooner or later, we all get sick. A quick trip to an ER or urgent care can quickly add up to more than the cost of 1 year's membership of Direct Primary Care. If you have a high deductible, you can quickly burn through that before your insurance activates. Join CARE's DPC today.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Oxford Lumber. Come visit any of our locations in Oxford, Jacksonville, Talladega, and Roanoke.
BAE Systems, which operates 2 locations in Anniston, has entered into a research and development agreement with the U.S. Army for a new self-propelled howitzer prototype. According to a news release from the company, some of the work on that project will take place in Anniston. The new weapon, called the M109-52, is an upgrade of the M109A7 Paladin, and it features a larger cannon with a greater range than the previous model. Dan Ferber, Artillery Product Line Director for BAE, says his company is bringing together battle-proven systems with mature technologies to improve the weapon's capability at a much lower cost. The newly signed partnership will allow the company and the military to share their previous testing results to speed up the project. BAE's Anniston locations are on West 10th Street and on Coleman Road in Golden Springs. On its website, BAE calls itself one of the largest global defense companies, with more than 107,000 workers in 40 countries. Former Gadsden Mayor Sherman Guyton has passed away. That's according to city officials. Guyton, who served in the city's top job from 2006 until 2022, is being remembered as a leader who made many improvements to the city despite hardships like recession and the recent pandemic. Current Mayor Craig Ford, who represented the Gadsden area in the state legislature before becoming mayor, says Guyton and his administration were responsible stewards of taxpayers' money. He says his predecessor left a wonderful base to keep building on. Guyton graduated from Emma Sansom High School in 1963 and earned a bachelor's degree from Jacksonville State University. He received an education certification from the University of Alabama and did graduate work at UAB and Livingston University. In addition to working at the Goodyear warehouse, Guyton worked as a teacher and a coach for a number of years. He also owned Sherman Guyton Realty from 1977 to 2006. Funeral services will be announced later. From ribbon cuttings to the national spotlight, see why this trail is getting attention. That's next.
This spring and summer, get it done right with Oxford Lumber, your hometown partner for projects big or small. From refreshing your garden to upgrading your outdoor space, we've got everything you need. Check out our full garden center and gear up on our Stihl showroom, chainsaws, blowers, trimmers, and more. Ready to grill? We've got Big Green Egg, Traeger, and Blackstone to fire up the fun. Since 1985, Oxford Lumber has been built on tradition and focused on you. Visit us today at any of our 5 locations: Oxford, Roanoke, Talladega, Jacksonville, and Lincoln. Oxford Lumber, where you're treated like family.
Welcome to Buster Miles Kia in Anniston, where we're dedicated to serving you with honesty and care. Whether you're shopping for a new or used car or need service, we're here to make it easy and stress-free. Visit us today at Buster Miles Kia, where great cars and family values come together. Buster Miles Kia, your trusted hometown dealership.
This segment of EAN Local News is brought to you by Waldrop Metal Buildings, custom metal buildings built right here in Anniston.
The Rails to Trails Conservancy has named the Chief Ladiga Trail its Trail of the Month for June. The Conservancy, a national organization that advocates for bringing trails to more communities across the country, called Ladiga one of the South's most iconic trail routes. Along with Georgia's Silver Comet Trail, which connects at the Alabama state line, the Ladiga was inducted into Rails to Trails Conservancy's Hall of Fame in 2009. This month's honor celebrates the opening of the 6.5-mile extension of the trail from Michael Tucker Park into downtown Anniston. Several Rails to Trails members attended that ribbon-cutting ceremony in May. Founded in 1986, the Conservancy now has more than 1 million grassroots supporters and spans more than 25,000 miles of rail trails on the ground nationwide. The Coosa Riverkeeper is looking for volunteers this Saturday to help clean up around the Black Creek Trail in Gadsden. Workers will be out picking up what others have thrown down. Coffee, donuts, and any needed materials will be provided to the volunteers. The helpers are asked to wear long pants and closed-toed shoes for this project. It was a hot one today. John Holder standing by in the Pool Doctor Weather Center with a look at what we can expect tomorrow. John?
Katie, tomorrow even hotter than today across East Alabama. The most intense heat we've seen so far this summer is coming up in the next couple of days. We'll have the complete forecast for all of East Alabama next.
Big dreams deserve a strong foundation. Whether you're starting a business, building a backyard shop, or just need more space, Waldrop Metal Buildings is ready to help. Every project is built to fit your vision, your style, and your budget. Let's bring that dream to life. Call Waldrop today. EAN News would like to thank all our commercial sponsors. Go check out our sponsors' links in the description below. This segment of EAN Local Weather is brought to you by Pool Doctor Custom Pools in Jacksonville. Personal, professional quality.
A few clouds today, but mostly sunny skies across East Alabama. One of those days where literally just 1 or 2 showers showing up in all of East Alabama today. No big deal with that. Most folks dry and very hot. Here today at the Pool Doctor Weather Center, it was 93 degrees above the average by several degrees. Our low this morning, 72. Again, a few degrees above the average for this time of year. A hot day and dry for the most part all across East Alabama. That weather will continue tonight. We're going to see very warm evenings coming up, and that will include tonight. Clear and warm, no chance of rain. The low tonight, 72. Keep in mind, that will not be until early tomorrow morning. Most of the evening hours tonight, we are going to be well into the 80s all across the region. Coming up tomorrow, the temperatures continue to go in this direction. They're going up tomorrow by 9 a.m. Look at that. We're already at 82 degrees with total sunshine. Your lunchtime hour, if you can find a place to walk indoors instead of outdoors, that might be better for you. 90 degrees by lunchtime tomorrow. And then mid-afternoon tomorrow, again, the hottest temperatures that we've seen so far this year. Tomorrow will by far be the hottest day we've seen in 2025. Total sunshine at 3 o'clock tomorrow and 96 degrees tomorrow afternoon. Here's the 7-day forecast, and we're going to continue with the hot weather coming up on Wednesday. Again, really no chance of rain to speak of, 96 for the high. Then we begin to ramp up the rain chances and lower the temperatures a little bit as we get into Thursday, Friday, and the weekend. Back down to 92 with a 40% chance of a shower Thursday. Friday, we're back down to 91. That's getting closer to average with about a 50-50 chance of those afternoon scattered showers and thunderstorms, and that pattern's going to continue into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, the rain chances going upward, 60% on Saturday, 70% on Sunday, highs in the 90s, but low 90s instead of mid 90s, and maybe some highs back in the 80s in about a week or so. And again, most of the shower and thunderstorm activity will be in the afternoon and early evening with the heating of the day. All right, let's talk about these numbers. Look at this, hot, humid. I think by Wednesday, we might see a heat advisory possible for us here in East Alabama. That's because when we look at the heat index projected out as we look at Tuesday and Wednesday, around 102 in Anniston, around 102 or 103 in Gadsden. We're looking at really getting close to dangerous heat levels. For this time of year in Alabama, the heat index really needs to reach about 105 before we start looking at heat advisories. We'll be just below that here in East Alabama, so I don't think we'll have a heat advisory, but it will be a close call as we move especially into Wednesday. Talking about being uncomfortable, Wednesday looks like it will be the most uncomfortable day of all. You can imagine with all the sunshine and the heat, the UV index is off the charts as well. And today here in Anniston, it was at 11. That is an extreme number, and we're going to stay at 11 or above tomorrow and Wednesday at least. And that means that if you are going to be outside, you need to be outside before 10 a.m. or after 2 p.m. That 4-hour window between 10 and 2, that is when the sun is at its highest and the most intense. If you have to be outside any at all, especially between that 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. window, you need to make sure that you've got a lot of protection on. We're talking about maximum sunscreen to protect your skin from all of these ultraviolet rays that are going to be very intense, very extreme in the next couple of days. I'll be back here bright and early tomorrow morning. We'll have your Tuesday weather at a glance, and right back here tomorrow night for EAN Local News. We'll detail the forecast for the rest of the work week, talk about the heat, and talk about some relief coming, again, maybe by the weekend. When we come back, we'll have more EAN Local News. Katie's standing by in just a moment.
At Pool Doctor Custom Pools in Jacksonville, we believe a great pool is where the best memories are made. Family cookouts, sunny afternoons, kids laughing and splashing, it all starts with a pool that's clean, clear, and ready for fun. That's where we come in. From trusted Pentair products to the cutting-edge BeatBot cleaners, plus top-quality chemicals and fun accessories, we've got everything you need to keep your pool perfect. Visit Pool Doctor today, where pool care meets family care.
Thank you for watching EAN News. We are here every weeknight on Facebook, YouTube, our website, and on Rumble. Please look for us on the platform of your choice and watch our news, sports, and weather coverage. We'll see you back here Tuesday for your news on your schedule.